Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Craig, and this is the Knot Project.
Welcome to Monday's Marriage Meltdown, because we all have meltdowns in our marriage. In fact, Craig and I had a meltdown last night. And it was one of those meltdowns because we were arguing about where a plaque was to be positioned on a bookshelf. It was one of those meltdowns where in the middle of the fighting, we both internally were thinking, why are we wasting time fighting about this? So the good news is that Craig and I were able to recover rather quickly. And it's because at our core, we have invested time and energy into each other and into our marriage. So I'm a runner and I have really strong legs. And so when I first started running, it was all about becoming fitter and becoming faster. And so all I did was run. And then my lower back started hurting, I started having shoulder pain, and what I realized is that I wasn't dedicating any of my fitness to paying attention to how strong or weak my core was. So as soon as I started working out my core, my running improved, my back pain went away, and overall I became a much happier, healthier, well-rounded person. And so that got us thinking, we bet that you guys have some really strong areas in your life. Maybe you're fantastic at work, maybe you have a great relationship with your kids, maybe you're awesome at managing the balance between work and home and volunteer responsibilities. But if your core, your marriage, is not strong, all of your areas will eventually suffer. And so this is why we are launching a brand new series September 1st called 30 Days to Closer. So every day we're going to give you a little tidbit of something that you can do with your spouse to strengthen it. Now, before you run away and think this is going to be too hard, let me guarantee you that Craig and I are passionate about having fun. So not all of these things are going to be, hopefully none of them will be dreary and drudgery or anything like that. But we would like to invite you onto this journey that we're going to be taking with you and devoting time and investment into your marriage to strengthen your core.
That's good. I'm not a runner, but I understand that. The other thing that I want to continue on with that analogy of the body, because we're all the body of Christ and our marriages, we're brought as one body. I think that it's really important to not neglect areas that will strengthen your marriage and make it better. And Jen did a great job calling out some areas that we might feel are really good, like I'm great at my job, or I apply my talents to the church or to God's mission. However, I'm neglecting areas that would make me a better father or make me a better husband to Jennifer. And I think that what we want to do through these exercises is call attention to areas that might not be as fun or maybe towards your gifting, but when you invest that time in it, it's really going to return. The investment is going to be returned to you with stronger relationships, more intimate relationships, deeper love, more transparency. And that's going to ultimately make the body stronger. Not only your marriage body, but your family body and the body of Christ as a whole. That's our desire with these exercises.
So you might start off like with exercising day one, you finish your routine and you're like, yes, I did it. It was awesome. And then you wake up day two and you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? And so you might feel like, oh, wow, this is a really weak part of my body. It's going to take work and effort to make it stronger. But who really regrets becoming stronger? Right? It's so good for us.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the one that exercises really hard for about a week, and then the pain and the suffering kind of lay in, and the couch looks very inviting, and so does your bed when you wake up in the morning at 5 a.m.
Yeah. But the truth is that sometimes when we add something to our schedule, we have to rearrange.
Correct. That happened yesterday. Jen found a really fantastic deal on a table for the room that we're in right now, which is
Craig's man cave.
Yeah, my man cave. Putting it together, frankly, was a lot larger. Well, when I first saw it, it looks a little big. Put it in the room, it's really big. And where we had it set up just didn't work for the whole area of the room. So Jen came in and was like, look, we need to change this, which produced a little bit of anxiety in me. One, because it's changed, but number two, usually when Jen says we need to change some stuff, that involves some work on my part, which shouldn't scare me, but it does. Anyway, through the course of moving the furniture, I'm sure I was a bear as I was doing it. But when it was done, I felt so much better about having the space where it needs to be, everything where it needs to be. I feel more comfortable in the space. The point I'm trying to make...
You were so excited that I was right for once, because it's so rare that it happens.
Correct. It was nice to be able to sit down and know that it was done and enjoy the space. It was something that we did together, and it wasn't exactly fun all the time, but it was something that was a worthy investment of our time. And that's kind of what we're trying to say here.
So it's all a very long way to say that we are really looking forward to you guys joining us September 1st as we all work together to strengthen our marriage, because even the strongest marriages can be stronger, because Jesus, there's no limit to Jesus and what he can do. So we hope to see you on Facebook September 1st, where you will all get our first tidbit core exercise to strengthen our marriage. We hope to see you then. Until then, we'll see you next week on Monday's Marriage Meltdown. Bye.
Take care.